Hey folks, Charlie Sims here with a speed build inspired by the Széchenyi Baths in Budapest. I hope I pronounced that right. I've practiced enough. And this is made possible by the fact we now have platforms in The Sims, and I'm so happy about it. I use platforms on the second floor of this build, also on the bottom floor, so I guess kind of everywhere in the build. But yeah, it's looking like a hotel at the minute, which I guess is a sore point for some people hoping to get hotels in Snowy Escape, me being one of those people. But my mind is racing at the thought of making a tourist trap here in Strangerville, but I'll talk a bit more about that later. So at the moment we are seeing it come together, and surprisingly I got the shape right at the start pretty much. I don't change the main structure too much, I just add detail onto it, and it's not very big. But I wanted the emphasis to be on the pool at the front, but it does end up having a small basement where I put the changing rooms and the toilets in. And soon I'll be moving on to the swimming pool. So there is a swimming pool, or bath as we're pretending the swimming pool is, and this runs through the building. I haven't been to the Széchenyi Baths, so the inside is based on Turkish bathhouses, my experience at a bathhouse. So I went to one in Italy, and you could actually swim inside the building, and there was a waterway from the exterior baths to the interior baths, so you could swim right into the building, and I added that in this build. Upon reflection, I realised that the only way to get to the changing rooms in my build is to swim. There's no footpath, but I think that's okay. It's kind of fun in The Sims. I mean, in real life, it would be absolutely ridiculous because you would finish your swim, go to the changing rooms, get all dry, and then have to jump in the pool to leave again. So you'd never use the changing rooms, but it's fine in The Sims. And you can get to the changing rooms before going in the actual thermal bath that you get in Snowy Escape that I eventually put down, because as you know, you need to wash yourself before going in the thermal baths in Snowy Escape for a respect thing. I actually built this the night before the pack was due to come out, so I started building this the evening of the 12th, and it came out midnight the 13th, so this is just me building and getting ready to use the Snowy Escape. Things like the tiles we got from with the changing rooms, and the sauna, thermal bath even. This build has really inspired me to turn this part of Strangerville into a touristy area. It's quite a nice part of Strangerville. I guess now we can do that with the introduction of the rental lot. So my idea was, ages ago now, I made a Strangerville museum, and it was for the defeating of the mother plant, and ideally people could place this museum down after they'd completed the Strangerville mystery, and they'd have that for the next generation to see the historical event of the defeating of the mother plant. And the info on this was like, it's been 20 years since the defeating of the mother plant. Come and see all the artefacts from the historical moment here in the Strangerville Museum. And that was like the premise of it, and then I put like a load of Strangerville debug items in that I actually ended up having to be a generic lot because they weren't classed as actual things you could view. But yeah, it was just everything from the Strangerville pack really. I included a mother plant in the incubators we got with Strangerville, or all those strange plants. I put the plane that we got in debug dangling from the ceiling, sized it down, put some rope around the listening device we got, and the vacuum we got to destroy the mother plant with, and the idea was the artefacts together all told the story of the Strangerville mystery. And I actually built this on this same lot, which I think is my favourite lot. I just love that canyon backdrop. So yeah, I could make a tourist area with these thermal baths, the museum, and some kind of rental lot. Although I think the only thing that would fit is like a hotel here, or maybe, oh my god, maybe a motel. down by 8 bells. That would be cool. But yeah, I have so much inspiration at the moment. I'm sure that's the same with a lot of people now, because you can literally transform your world into a tourist hotspot. Like, that's so fun to me. But yeah, I think definitely a motel with one room I could include, because there's no point in decorating all the rooms because they are not functional, and daily cost of the rental is proportionate to the cost of the home, so only decorating one room would make it cheap. But I could definitely make a motel like something from a horror film, or Dust Till Dawn. Could make a seedy motel by 8 bells. But back to the build, I'm just adding some more fun stuff to the exterior, diving platforms, etc. Just for functionality rather than realism. There's no diving platforms in thermal baths that I know of anyway. And I love this little bit that I'm just working on now, which is just a raised pool, but I love how it looks. I think it turned out to be really cute, and I guess we're pretending this is a jet pool or something, which you get in thermal baths. I think I changed the watercolour, and I put that bubble blower at the bottom that we got with Get Together, and soon I will be fixing the upper balcony area so your Sims can walk across the whole of the balcony, and making this balcony shape, adding a bit of detail to the balcony shape. And then I end up making the balcony white, and the colour scheme is white and yellow, like the Seychelles Bathhouse is. I don't end up keeping this mezzanine because I remember I need to put stairs in the build. And then soon I add another circle balcony on the side just to add that bit of detail, and because I think it looks pretty. And then soon I will be working on the interior stone stairs, which I create using platforms. And the idea of this is it's supposed to look like seating, which is inspired by the Seychelles baths, as well as they have big outdoor second floor seating area, and it's all separated by columns, and I wanted to achieve a similar thing. There's a load of playing about with columns that I crop out of this build. If anybody's wondering, in total this build took me 7.5 hours to do, which is a bit longer than my usual builds, but it was very chill. I was watching New Girl at the same time whilst I was building, taking a lot of tea breaks, and yeah, when I got to editing this video, I sped it up 6 times as fast, and it was 50 minutes long because of all the experimentation, and just me struggling with platforms and foundations. I kept using a platform when I meant to use a foundation, and vice versa. The shape of the pool also took me a while, playing about with triangles and right angles and all that stuff, and moving that about, and yeah, just moments of me staring at the building, contemplation, a lot of that. Also, because of the design, there was a lot of one tile walls, so I did crop out me wallpapering a lot of this build, because I'm just wallpapering one tile, because I couldn't do the shift wallpaper trick for wallpapering a whole wall, because they're all one tile. And also, like, looking on the video, me putting lights down seemed to take a while as well, because I don't know, because it's 3 stories, so I cropped that out as well, and it managed to be under 30 minutes, which I'm still astounded by. And yeah, I think the addition of the stairs add a really nice effect to the windows, because the arches even, because the platforms are raised, the arches look staggered, up the side of the wall, and I think that makes a really cool effect too. And here I'm creating a lower balcony area just for fun and interesting design, really. I end up putting a yoga mat on one of the balconies, and then I end up making another sitting room, and I make the sitting room look using platforms again, which I love doing at the moment. And I do end up squeezing a toilet next to the sitting area, which you'll see later, and the sitting area is supposed to be very zen. It's just a place to unwind. I also do put those stools you can meditate on from Spa Day upstairs as well. And that's the inside vibe, really. Very zen. Stone floors, mosaic tiles, calm lighting. Just a place to cool down from the baths. But you'll see me decorating that later. We are still doing the structure of the build, which took longer than the actual interior furnishing, which isn't normally the case. And now I'm making a kind of grand entry, I guess, by using these very expensive looking Get Famous columns. Ideally, I would just have an arch, but we can't have walls right by swimming pools, so it's just grand columns and some spandrels. And now I'm extending this mini pool to make the shape less square on that one side, and then I end up finishing the structure for the right side of this build, which ends up mimicking the other side without the second balcony, because I don't have the room to do that at this point. I'm looking forward to playing with platforms more, making some fun kid areas, although I did have a little play about with platforms the other day, and I was going to make a video on it, but like nothing worked. I was trying to do a desk shoved up the side of the platform and then a bed on top of the platform, so it was one of them kind of built-in desk bed units, and I had a lot of trouble with that, so I put a ladder on the side, but my sim wouldn't go up the ladder if there was wallpaper, if I wallpapered the platform, which I found a bit weird, and they were having trouble getting to the desk as well, so you can't scoot the desk over, you can't shove the desk into the platform too much, or at least that's what I found. I just gave up on it in the end. But yeah, there's obviously like a lot of cool things you can do with platforms. But I don't think, but yeah, me trying to make like a kind of cluttered, like loft bed kind of thing wasn't really working out the other day, but things like this are just perfect for it. And what's happening with the build now? Oh yeah, I'm just adding some more details, really. Details galore. End up putting a little balcony at the back as well. Nothing as grand as the front balcony. Oh, and that's me putting in the stairs. And yeah, I can't believe I forgot the stairs. But yeah, I cropped all that out, me trying to find a place to put the stairs. And I'm just in panic mode at this point, thinking, oh my god, do I have to lose half the build to like get stairs in? But it's fine. I test Winston, and I test with Winston, my test sim, and he only can't get up there because I forgot to put a ladder in there. But the stair placement is fine, and that actually remains. And this kind of corridor, yeah, I guess kind of corridor area is also where I put the stairs to the basement. So this is just a walkway to the second floor and the basement. And soon I am just putting in a filler door. Don't worry, this isn't an actual door. And then I get Winston to test the stairs, which work fine, and then that's it, really. Do a lot of faff with the stairs that I had to cut out then. And yeah, I thought these lights from City Living, I believe, windows from City Living, I thought they were perfect for the vibes. I thought they were very kind of Turkish looking. I thought they were really nice. Oh, and this is when I start making the lower basement changing rooms and separate toilets. Now I'm just doing the banisters for the stairs, and then I'm moving on to the roof now. So close to moving on to the interior, I think I just end up adding that Discover University trim at the top, and then I add these things, which again are inspired by the bathhouse in Budapest. And I think these are just a nice little detail for the roof, because otherwise it was just going to be like a flat roof. And then I end up putting flags on them as well, which yeah, I think look really pretty. And then I do end up colouring the, oh yeah, then I take out these columns that are like circular, and that adds to the detail as well. And then I wallpaper everything yellow. Before thinking about orange, I do briefly consider orange, and it actually works, to be honest, but I do end up going with the yellow because I just think it looks good next to that backdrop. And then I'm just colouring the interior walls as well, although I do end up making them tile because I feel like yeah, by the pool I end up making them tile walls because I feel like that's a bit more realistic against water rather than wallpaper. I think it would end up looking a bit grubby. And then I start thinking about the flooring on the outside, which ends up being just, I feel like this is too bright, this white, so we end up using a grey instead. And then I'm just playing about with a gated fence because I think this is a bit exclusive. It's quite posh looking, so yeah, it's like gated. I don't know, I imagine you have to book online or something. I mean, there's no like front desk or anything, but yeah. Although I do end up opening that fence a little bit to make it just a bit more open. Oh, and then I have the idea of using this tile, which I actually do think this works. I don't know which I prefer. I did end up going with the grey, but I do really like this tile. And then this is, the back bit is very open, barring some foliage that I end up adding, and then I use the tool mod to take them off the lot, because I do find that this lot is really pretty, but we can build on a square on this lot, and the surrounding area is just open and there's just no plants where you want them to be plants. But thanks to the genius that is Twisted Mexi, that isn't even a problem now, which is great. And oh, this is when it's past midnight and I have got a Snowy Escape pack, and then I reinstall, I restart the Sims, and then I install this pack and then try and fit this thermal sparring, and thank God it does fit, because obviously I've done this whole thing and not even really known the dimensions of this thermal bath. And then I add another little mini pool with bubbles next to the thermal baths, because I just wanted the outside to be nothing but pool. And this is where I start changing up the colour of the water, and I add them steam bubbles so that we've got all the varieties of pool possible and thermal bath. And then I swap out that door that we were never keeping, and then I try and use the door from Snowy Escape, but find it's a little bit niche for this build because it's very Japanese, snowy town, I guess, of course. And this is Turkish inspired bathhouse, so it doesn't really fit. And I find that that's the case for a lot of the furniture, unfortunately, for this build. Keep those, of course. Love that shower unit with the mirror. But yes, so I try and use the tiles from Snowy Escape that I absolutely love. You'll see me using those in a minute, but then I think, oh, that's like mountain cold world. And obviously we're in Strangerville where it's boiling, so that doesn't fit either. Oh, love these shower dividers with the kind of bamboo silhouettes on. Oh, looks beautiful. And this is it, and I absolutely love the tiles, and I love the cat tiles as well, and I will be using them at some point, but I just thought not for this build, but I think it's stunning. So yeah, I ended up swapping it out for quite a boring wallpaper, to be honest. Tile paper. Well, it looks like half tiles, half paper. Yeah, and just trying to find some more things to put up. And then I end up not using the coat hangers from Snowy Escape either, because they've got coats on. Oh, and then I look at that, those cat tiles. And then I end up swapping that door out as well. Yeah, this is the tile I end up using, which is quite boring in comparison, but there you go. It fits the build a bit more. And then I just hang some towels up, size up that spa day towel as like a big towel. And that actually goes over the peg, so it works in my mind. Yep, and this is when I swap the door out. And then shortly we will be adding a bathroom. Just a little bathroom. I think it's got like 2 toilets in, but again, I did fit another bathroom upstairs. You don't have to go like all the way downstairs to go to the bathroom. And soon I realised that we don't actually get a new sink with Snowy Escape, which I actually don't mind. We literally get a sink with every single new pack. I would much prefer kitchen counters that we get with this, so I'm happy with that. And then I end up just using a fitness stuff pack one that fits the trim of the tiles. And I love this mirror. I think that looks stunning. And then that recycling bin, that looks like something that you get, well, all over England, in train stations and everywhere. I'm sure all around the world, but I really like that recycling trash can for community lots. I think that's really cool. And then I'm not really sure what to put in this corridor area. But then I think the candles are like a bit too much. Like it's not like it's not a massage parlour or anything, so I take them out. And then I think I end up just putting another bench in there. And then I pull out these absolutely beautiful paintings that we get from wall art we get from Snowy Escape. Oh, here they are. Love them. And they come in so many good swatches. And now I'm working on a little cushioned seating area. I just pull out the cushions from the toddler stuff pack and just use all of the swatches for that. Just make a load of multicoloured cushions in that little seating area. And then this is where I squeeze in a downstairs or first floor toilet. And then I end up putting a sink on the outside of the toilet. And then I use my new favourite mirror, which I'm anticipating using quite a bit. And then just add in paper dispenser from Get to Work and the little hand sanitizer. And then I work on the second floor, and I'm thinking about how to decorate this. I'm thinking about candles, and then I think I just go with a fountain in the end, just continue the water theme. I thought candles seemed a bit weird in a thermal bath, So yeah, put that fountain, and then I open up that other side of the wall as well, so everything's really open and airy and cool. And I do end up adding a couple of meditation stools up here as well, because it seems like a fairly peaceful place, and just to add some more functionality, something else that your son can do other than swim and chill in the saunas. And now we are on to the outside decoration, so I'm adding some loungers scattered about the place. Not too many loungers, I didn't want it to be overcrowded. Just a couple of loungers, and then some umbrellas with them. And then I end up adding some yoga mats just for some more functionality. And then I find these signs from Get Together, and I change it to that sign that looks like no running, which I think is kind of perfect in a thermal bath. Then I add a pop of colour with these green umbrellas, and then I add some multicoloured posters soon. Yes, them. I'll put them up at the top, and I just imagine that that's some advertising for events they have going on at the thermal baths, or just advertising for the thermal baths. I thought they looked pretty good. And then I try and find a little sculpture to put here in this just kind of quite decorative area, and then I find that little guy chilling, and I think that's perfect for a thermal bath. And we're almost at the tour. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you would like to see more of my content, please hit subscribe. Catch you later.